This is just mind-boggling. So one American guy sends pull tabs from Texas, United States, and the entire pull tab topology of the world has just grown with 10% of different types and actually 40%. Hi there, and welcome to another Pull Tab Archaeology one-on-one video in which I will try to explain a little bit more about how you can be a pull tab archaeologist. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you the steps I take when I process one of the batches that you send me. Of course, you know I ask you to send me pull tabs for the international global database of Pull Tab Archaeology, in which we try to collect all different pull tabs of the world and their distribution across the world. So now I will take you through the steps that I take when I open up a box like this one. And this box is sent by Michael Heim. You can find him online as the Preacher Digger. He's a metal detectorist and a priest in the United States, Texas. As we can see, Michael has sent me two bags in which he sorted the pull tabs by general type. So these are the old ones, the types that come loose from the can, and these are the stay tabs. I will just start by opening the first bag. There. Some people make the mistake of thinking that this pile is already archaeological information. No, it's not. Right now, it's just a pile of pull tabs with no information attached. To make this archaeological, we have to record the information which is in this batch. And this is best explained by explaining the word context. So what is archaeological context? It is generally assumed by people that archaeologists are looking for treasure. They are looking for stuff, for objects, for jewelry, for pottery, or maybe graves or tombs. Well, that's only partly the case. In essence, archaeology is a science, and science means that you want to record as much information as you can. So for the Pull Tab Archaeology project, I have summarized the context that I record for the archaeological database in these 4 questions. Who, where, when, and what. Why is it important to record who sent me the pull tabs? It is important because this is also a community project. It's not just about the information alone. No, we are a global community of pull tab enthusiasts. So I want to know who you are. So I record your name in the database. The second thing I want to know is where the pull tabs are found. And this can take on quite a lot of variation. Some people will just send me one bag and then say it's from their country. Other people will specify the city. Archaeologists tend to be really precise. They sometimes send me a separate bag with separate pull tabs for each corner in the street. This is all location information. Where are the pull tabs found? That's why I'm also very happy when somebody includes a note like Michael did, which in this case said that the pull tabs were dug in lakes in the United States of Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas and Louisiana. Another question which is important is when are the pull tabs found? It is a bit of a theoretical bit of information right now, but you should see it a bit like this. For example, I now have this pull tab which I just pulled here from the pile. If I know that this entire batch here was found in 2018, I know that this pull tab was around in the year 2018. So it's important to record it for later use. And then of course the last question, and the most interesting for you guys probably, is what? What have I found? How many different types and how many of each different type? And that's exactly what I'm going to look at now. I'm going to sort these pull tabs and I'm going to try to distinguish how many different types there are and how many of each type. So here I am again, and I had my first go at sorting the pull tabs that Preacher Digger sent me from the United States. I've sorted them out by general type, by lineage, so to speak. And why am I calling them lineage? Well, because these are for example, the S4 types, the different types which are in the S4 lineage. And this is actually a pile containing many different types of pull tabs, which are really a pain in the ass to sort because they have really minute differences which you can only identify if you look really close at them. And all these patches here are also the general main lineages which I sorted out. What we can clearly tell is that these S4 types he found in the most large number. These are about, well, at least 100 of pull tabs. So these are 100 S4 against, well, what is it? 1, 2, 3 is about 10. This is also about 10. About 20, 25 other tabs. So the S4 lineage is way more abundant than all the others together. The other thing which I already find really important is this type. This is an S32, and the S32 pull tab is a very abundant pull tab in the Netherlands. In my own country I will find these a lot. Here it's only one example of over 100 pull tabs. So this actually may tell a lot about pull tab distribution. I would not be surprised if we find later that this is a European produced pull tab. So you can see I put this information on the sheet here. So there is, I found one S32, I found 4 S51 types, and I found 3 S11 types. So the next step is that, because this is quite a large batch, I will put those different types in separate bags so I can find them later, which is important because I want to be able to check whether I did it correctly. Of course, it's really easy to make a mistake. These are the known types, so for those the registration is pretty straightforward. However, for these types it is a bit different because these are all new to the database. This means that I do not just have to record them, I also have to give them a new number, and I have to take pictures so I can look up later which types they were. So what do I do when I take a picture? Well, of course I need the pull tab, which I will just put on a plain white sheet of A4 paper, and I will include this little paper in the picture so I can always see from the picture which pull tab I took a picture of. The code I attached to this type of pull tab is T131, which means that this is... oh, that's wrong. I made a mistake. I make a mistake on the spot, which I have to correct. Where is my pen? Here is my pen. It's not a T, it's an S. Well, I will make a new note for that after, right? No, I have to do it right now. Oh, shit. Well, you just saw an example of how easy it is to make a mistake. I almost put the wrong code on the little paper here, which would destroy the integrity of the entire database and which would cause a lot of problems. So that paper is out, and I made a little new paper. Then, of course, to take a picture, you always need a scale bar. The scale bar is the sign of an archaeological photograph, because without a scale bar you can't tell from a picture how big something is. And then I take my digital camera and try to make an as good picture as I can. I hope this video gave you some insight about what I do when I receive your batches of pull tabs. I've now taken a picture of this new type. S13 is just the first type of all the new types which are in this batch. And then of course I have to still sort all the different S4 types which Michael sent me, which will probably take the rest of the afternoon. So I hope I've also given you an impression that organizing all these pull tabs can be really tedious work, but it's also a challenge, and the more tedious I am, the more precise I am, the greater and the nicer and the more complete the database will get. So it's really intriguing, and there's quite a lot to learn about pull tabs, which I think nobody in the world right now really knows. So that's all for now. I'm going back to work, and I hope to see you next time.